Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A run for Nick Chubb. They find some open field here. 30. 10. A big play that time out of Chubb. 61 yards that time on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
They'll run Anderson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Rodney Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Next to score, Bengals 7, Browns nothing. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Defensively. Here you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 6. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check tight. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Watch the curls. Hey, Mike 51.
Operating from the gun. Love got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Hey, let's go. 4 down. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Good.
On 4th down, Love. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
51, Mike 51. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We own them. We own them.
A toss play to Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
King now, looking to throw on second down. Screen play, Anderson. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's King from the gun on third down. Got his man. It's Eifert. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
King on first down, escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
To throw is King. Gonna throw again. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 57 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
Let's get it.
That's the end of the first.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. They come out here in the eye. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Rodney Anderson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Love gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Credit the sack to Von Miller. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
57's the mic. You got nothing. Smith, you got nothing. Yo. Mike, 57. Let him know.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
He'll take it at the 42. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Anderson. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the gun, King. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st down, Bengals.
Check. Hey, switch gears.
Now King Throwing on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Love. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go, let's go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 57. Mike, 57.
Operating from the gun. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Double dog, double dog. That's
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They run. Anderson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Back to throw. King. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Love. Trying to improvise. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. but it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Finding room to the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. On second down, Anderson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Rodney Anderson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for them. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now left side on the swing pass. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Love. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Johnson was the intended receiver.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. King now. From the gun, he'll throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's King. A final shot before break. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, his second sack of the night. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Hunt. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Check 52. Cross, cross. Cut. 57 to Mike.
Back to throw. Love. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here's Anderson. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
King on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And they will finally bring this one back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here.
From the gun, Love. And now he'll fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. 10th carry now for Anderson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big-time run there by Anderson. 62 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
Ready, ready. 5-4. Mike 5-4. Down and out, green. Down, truck.
To throw is King. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it's 2nd down.
57's Mike. Mike 57 over. Get in the right room. Get in the right room.
Throwing again. Love. It's caught by OBJ. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Check 26, check 26.
Operating from the gun. Love. It's caught. Beckham. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
54-yard line. 51, Mike. Coming to you, coming to you.
Looking to throw. Love. Sliding out of the pocket. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just looking the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Blue Dan, blue Dan. Go, Mike, run it.
From the gun, Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back to throw. Love. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Anderson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
To throw on 2nd down, King. And this one's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we go. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. You run.
Now King, operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Browns drive about to get started. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
57's Mike. Mike 57. I don't think you got it, sir. What? Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check safety. Check safety. 164. Screen. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. Love. This is Johnson. He's got it.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had again.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 93 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Now the try here for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. 51, 51. All day, baby, all day.
They run it again with Anderson. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. King found his target. It's Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down, Bengals.
Mike 51. Switch up, switch up.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
On the double. 2's the Mike. Check. 52's the Mike. Come off the ball.
King now to throw on 2nd down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. King. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Don't be scared of it.
They'll try the left side. Bailey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a run with Anderson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Switch! Switch!
They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
51, Mike 51, bring it, hey, 51, Mike 51, here we go,
on 4th down, Love, throwing the out route incomplete, it's Schwartz, 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This is Hunt. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Extra point right down the middle. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Browns, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.